back to the Berg Podcast. Thanks for joining us today. With me today is Dan.
Hey, everybody.
And Ford.
Hey, what's going on?
And this podcast is about messing up.
We screwed up.
Yeah, so it turns out that people want to listen to us, apparently.
Yeah.
We haven't figured out why, but we did figure out they would not want to watch us when we did what we did the first time. So we figured out that was not good enough. I sort of had that feeling when the camera died in the middle of it, that it wasn't going to be good. But
We didn't realize how bad
we
it
didn't
was.
realize how bad it would be.
So bad it will never see the light of
Yeah,
day.
it'll never see the light of day. That's not even a B-reel. That's
No,
I don't know what that's called.
That's a delete and save space on your computer reel.
I think Ford threw away the actual camera.
Yeah.
He may have. Like it's no longer. You can't even go back to the source.
No, you can't.
Yeah. So we're talking about 2 weeks ago. We decided to try and film our podcast. Right. We thought, man, this is going to be awesome. We're gonna put up some cameras and we're just gonna capture this in live motion.
And it's going to be amazing.
And I mean, how bad could it be, right? Because
We've been doing this for how long? Like we know how to do it.
I mean,
put a camera on. It's not bad.
So we're 125 episodes in, something along those lines. We've been doing it 2+ years now, and so I sort of was like, we're just adding a layer, right?
Yeah.
And it was bad. It was not good.
And based on what I see in front of me, it's not adding a layer. It's like a completely different
it's
thing.
many different layers. Yeah.
So what we realized pretty quickly was we couldn't just put up a couple cameras, and hope was our strategy.
Yeah, it didn't work.
And hope was not a good plan.
No.
We didn't think that one through.
No, there's all kinds of things about it, right? I mean, like as we sit here, and I don't know, I don't think it's super visible. Like we don't have like an overhead shot of what this looks like.
Yeah,
but
we didn't set the drone up yet.
No, we didn't set the drone up, but it is, it's just odd, right? Like it's I wouldn't say it's intimidating, but
Sure.
it's different. Like
Sure,
this is. There was no point in any of our lives where I think we thought this would be a thing. I mean, there's probably like,
Definitely
hot
not
second,
mine.
a hot second where you thought like you had a chance in some sport that you played for the
Sure,
three of us playing
sure.
sports. That like, how cool would it be? But even then, like I wouldn't have pictured this. You know what I mean? Like there might have been, there's video of me playing sports, but not like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's odd. Like
Right.
even like in high school, like there was a couple interviews that people did, but it's like you're standing in the middle of a field. I'm old, so it was like a tape recorder thing that people like clicked on and said like, ask me a question, and then I hopefully said something that wasn't completely stupid.
You're like that's on record.
That's
now,
on
so,
record, yeah. Which
Yeah.
So, but then you get in the moment and you do it, and it's hard to just be natural, right? Like it's easy, like you said, we said it. We're just going to be natural, and then you feel yourself not being natural. Like
Felt like I was standing up at a wedding. Like you're just like
yes,
frigid the whole time because
Yes.
you're just not sure. You don't want to move too much. You don't want to like freak out the system. You don't know where
Yeah.
to look. You're like, okay, do I stare at a camera, stare at a person? And so, the interesting thing that will tie back to this, but so, one of the feedbacks I've been hearing recently is they'd love to see more team members join us so we could talk about what they do in the day and different things. And so we're almost going to have like a coaching session because even when we did podcasts with certain people, which didn't have all this set up,
right.
they just didn't like, it wasn't comfortable for
it wasn't
them.
comfortable.
And we've been doing it for 100 some episodes. So it's, it's kind of part of that flow. We change one thing and we're all like, like my neck doesn't move. I just kind of like
can you
move my
picture
eyeballs.
pick your guy? Which which person do you want to put in this situation? Even if you put
Talk about a hot seat.
yeah. I mean, I'm
I'm not real comfortable with it. It's important, so people that want to do it, sign up and just beware.
yeah. Because I mean,
ready.
I'd love to
Be
get
ready.
like some of the like let's put Stetson in this situation. See how Stetson. Let's see what he does.
I mean, I think you'd be surprised. I
No
think
comment.
Stetson's an adapter. I think.
well, that's why I picked Stetson. Like Stetson's pretty adaptable.
Yeah.
He's not hesitant to talk. He's not afraid of saying what he thinks.
Yeah.
But you don't. It's the little things. Like we were talking. Like I said, like Brian, am I supposed to look at you, or if I'm going to talk to, like, can I turn? Like, if I want to talk to Ford, can I look at Ford?
I just
Should
move
look
my
at the mic?
eyeballs because I'm not really sure.
Yeah. So we're trying it again, right?
We're
so
trying
here we
it
are.
again.
Take two.
Try again.
We're just going to be better tomorrow than we were today. That's all we're going to do.
And so let's be honest. This you may not see the video for this one either.
You might not see the video for this one either.
We are videotaping again, and we've made some adjustments. We've made more adjustments than we probably expected, and we're trying something new for a third time.
Yeah.
But
You know what I think could be fun?
yeah,
is
what's that?
We talked about, like guests, and we said like maybe we'd get Heath, right, to come up.
Yeah.
but don't tell Heath what that setup actually looks like, right? Like he's going to listen to the podcast and he's going to hear it, but he's got to imagine now what this looks like.
I thought we were going to do like a visualization of like the wires and like the camera staring at you and the bright lights in the background.
Oh, well, now you gave it all away, Ford. Now you just gave away all the information.
Saying it and being in it is two different things.
You know how I saw it the first time? Brian, I cut you off there. Ford, I saw it the first time. I walked over just to check, see if Brian was ready to go. And he was having his regular meeting with Tracy. And Tracy's sitting in my seat. And Brian's sitting at his desk and all the lights are on. So Brian's not on a mic and not on a camera. And he's sitting there. I was like, I thought maybe Tracy was getting interrogated. You know what I mean? I was like, this is like some sort of investigation into Tracy. What's going on here?
Yeah.
And I said it was just a prep for this.
Just getting ready. And it takes a little more setup now. So, I mean, it was funny. I watched some of the video. And the audio was fine, right? Because we recorded the audio the same way we have been. And, again, not perfect, but pretty good.
Right.
And the video, we tried to do two different sources, right? So we had a camera on you guys and a camera on me because we sit opposite each other here. So watching the video back was rough. I was barely even in the frame. So at some point, like I set the camera up, assuming that wherever I was going to sit down was going to be the right spot. It wasn't. I was like almost out of the frame. The two of you.
Ironically, Brian, I think you had the better look though, because at least you moved off screen. So just a picture of your couch was not as bad as what happened to Ford and I.
The idea that you actually couldn't see me was beneficial.
To the video.
Yeah. You guys, we had a wide angle shot of you guys from the other side, trying to get both of you at the same time.
That's not easy for any camera.
It was it wasn't a flattering angle.
That 10 plus thing turned into 25 or something.
It was like a low angle looking
up from the chin.
Yeah,
yes.
It caught like the hole from like the knees.
Oh, perfect.
It just wasn't a great angle. So
well, I'll tell the story real quick because it kind of ties into this. So a couple weeks ago, it hasn't posted yet.
Did you see that? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Recently, don't forget your thought. Over the past like couple days, for some reason, there's been flies in the office. I don't know why this is happening.
It
got warm.
I don't know.
And a fly just flew right in my face. I tried to swipe it, realized I was on camera and hit my mic. So, Aiden can enjoy that.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. So someone asked me to be on a podcast, like a different, not one of ours. And so it was the first time with cameras again. Now they're not quite like ours, but a little bit different. But I didn't think about like having to worry about what you wear. So I wore my normal hoodie and whatever. I think I was wearing a black hoodie that day, thinking it'd be slimming. Well, I was sitting on a black chair. So basically, like I just disappeared. Like all you saw was my face.
Floating
like
head.
a green space. And I'm just like,
Blending
boy, that looked wonderful. Like I saw a picture of it. I didn't even see like the thing come out. I'm like,
thank you, Ford. I just realized I'm sitting on a black chair with a black shirt.
You look fine. I can see it. Yeah, you look fine. Yeah, nice.
But little things that are completely irrelevant that you just had to think through a little differently.
Well, that was the other thing. The first time we did it, I walked in. I had no idea we were videoing, and I said that I think on the recording. But I think like I don't know what happened. I hadn't shaved. Like I felt like this is some sort of a trap here. I don't normally look this bad.
Did you prep today? Was this intentional?
This was just a normal outfit.
All right.
This was a reasonable normal outfit.
Maybe you knew.
Yeah.
No, I knew we were going to do the video, but
Well, because I was wondering,
I only have so many outfits.
We'll have to watch back. Like, do we have to take the hats off? All those kind of things.
Right.
I
did
completely irrelevant to the real world.
Well,
I don't know.
If we're gonna do it, we're gonna try and do it right.
Right.
Yeah. So I told Dan this. I don't know if I told you this, Ford, but I had a friend look at some of the stuff because he does a bunch of this, right? Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon from SWF. And so he was like, give us some feedback and
how long did you have?
Gave us some advice.
Oh, it didn't take long for his feedback.
Delete.
Gave us some advice and didn't ever really talk about what I had actually shown him, right? So I was like, hey, I shared those files with you. He's like, yeah, I saw them. And then we like moved on. We're talking about podcasting in general or recording your podcast in general. And like towards the end of the conversation, he's like, yeah, you have any other questions? Or I'm like, well, like, do you think we can use any of it?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, don't use any of it. He's like, it's not good. It's not good. So, like, okay, well, I knew it wasn't good, but I thought
that bad.
What's funny is you think about it. They say like, a picture's worth 1,000 words and all those things, right? But
we did this.
The video was so bad.
It wasn't worth 10,000 words.
No, it was better to have nothing, right?
Yeah.
It'd be like, imagine you're going to watch the news it would be better to hear it on the radio than what we did. Like it'd be better to just listen to KYW. I'm dating myself here, but like listen to KYW, right? Than it would be to watch the news because the video was so bad.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about this, and this is there's a story that there was a presidential debate many years ago.
This is Nixon
and Kennedy. The people that watched said Kennedy won because of his poise and his ability to communicate.
And his outfit.
He was in whereas Nixon, the people that listened and actually just heard the words, thought that the other candidate was better because they didn't see someone fidgeting and whatever the scenario was. Right. It was before my time. I didn't see it, but it's just, it's interesting how that confidence carries. Things do different. Voice is one thing, and then seeing it is a different experience.
Seeing the whole package creates other elements.
Yeah, well, that's along those lines. A couple things. One is, and I remember pieces of that, but I think Kennedy changed either his suit or his shirt and his tie right before. But like Nixon had seen him and thought like, okay, we're similarly dressed, and it was a setup. Like Kennedy's team knew what the camera would look like.
Double fake.
And so he came out in a different outfit that was more flattering.
Really?
And I mean, and he was a taller, more handsome, younger, like had him in every way. But I mean, that's similar to, there hasn't been a president that's not 6'1" or something, right? There's some stat. Presidents are like, there's only been one or two.
Height excludes confidence.
Yeah.
And
like
all these weird things.
Yeah. It's all these weird things that you don't think about, we're not there.
But they say like public CEOs are the same way.
Yes. Yeah, like it's
they unless they're the founder, they have to have full heads of hair. They have to
No, man, I'm out.
Yeah, crazy.
You gotta get a hat.
You gotta always wear a hat.
Yeah.
I've messed around with like my family at times. I think we've talked about this and about like getting a toupee or something.
Yeah.
I can't even remember why I have it. I think it was a Halloween costume, but I have a wig,
Nice.
right?
Like the Guy Fieri one, like with like the multicolored.
That would be great.
Yeah.
No, it's
I've
not
seen
that.
those.
Yeah, that would be great. No, I think it was like I think it was for like an Elvis costume or something like that.
I would
Like
picture maybe
sideburns?
the hat with the hair.
Yeah.
So I every once in a while I like find it in a drawer somewhere, and I'm like, just put it on. Just walk around the house with it, mess with people. Like, I think if I put it on and put a hat on, it actually doesn't look totally unnatural, except for the fact that everyone knows I have no hair, right? So all of a sudden you see hair coming out the bottom of a hat, and it's like, what are you doing? Why are you even trying? And
well, there's somebody from the opposite side of that. So I was in a youth group at the church, and they used to have this what they called like an Easter egg hunt, and it used to be the Reading Mall, which I don't even know if it still exists, but you basically go in there and try and find things. Well, the youth leader had always wore a toupee, like. I didn't even realize it was a toupee because he just always wore it. Like you never saw him without it.
You didn't know it wasn't his real hair.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
that's good work.
That's great. Yeah.
Either was that good or I never really paid attention to that kind of stuff in the past either way. But so they couldn't find him. And here what he had done is taken his toupee off, and people just literally that difference did not recognize him for the entire night. So no one won like whatever the prize was because they couldn't just connect, so it's hair, not hair, but it's more about what people are expecting.
Right.
Getting the same thing versus something completely out of the ordinary.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we don't know if this is, I mean, it's going to be better. We don't know if it's
100%
if it's viewable.
We don't know if it's
better than
usable.
what we had last time.
It's better than what we had last time.
Whether or not we can actually use it, still to be determined.
We'll keep doing it, and you'll keep hearing take 3, take 4 until we get it right.
We can't do like 27 takes of we screwed it up again. Like we can screw it up again, but we're just going to have to.
We're on episode 195. We screwed it up again.
Oh no!
But I think
we messed up.
The deeper thing, like this, we're having fun with this, but like the deeper thing for everything in construction is screw ups happen. And it's about adapting and finding the solution. I mean, that's like the deeper thing. Like that's not like we put some cameras, change stuff up, but it's about on the job site. You try one thing, it doesn't work. You try the next thing. Like that's how you get it done. There is no set way.
Well, and owning it, right? For it.
Like,
I mean, that's the other
I tried
thing.
this, it didn't work.
Right.
All right, now here's my next solution. Cool.
Right.
We always talk about the solutions over the problems.
Yeah. And I was thinking that too. And so as we were talking about this, right, like I think this is in a microcosm, a part of who we are, right? We're like, all right, that sucked and we want it to be good. So we're going to figure out how to make it better. And we're not going to go crazy with it, but we are going to try some little things that we think will make a difference. And that's how I think each of us has like in some ways gotten to where we are. And I think it's like a reflection in a lot of ways of who we are as an organization. So like, we don't always get it right. In fact, there are times where we got to be a little more transparent about getting it wrong.
Right.
And, but it's not the fact that you got it wrong.
Right.
It's how do you recover? How do you change
Right.
course, find the detour.
Well, and that's the narrative.
Get through it.
Right.
Yeah.
When you talk about it, like, in other words, if you try to tell the story from within the story, you're telling what's happening right then. And that's a really short-sighted, and it's not necessarily that productive. Whatever
Right.
it is, even on the worst of a job you might have, you want to be able to finish that job because that was your job, right? Your job was not to build a pad site. Your job was to finish the job,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
So you finish the job and then get away from it, take stock of what went right, what went wrong, the mistakes that were made, and then you tell the story of that job, because the job can be very difficult, very challenging. It can be not a great job from a lot of different perspectives. But at the end of the day, if the job is done and you did what you were compensated to do, what was expected to be done, you can tell a story that's a success.
Yeah.
You did the job. It was successful. You met the guidelines, the deadlines, the requirements. You did all those things. It didn't work out the way you wanted it to. It didn't happen the way you wanted it to. But you turn around and you look back and you learn from that. And that's what you got. I heard something I always think about my kids in terms of different things. Probably partly because like Berg Construction is like a kid, right? It's like we're trying to like be parents and do this thing. And nobody gave us a handbook for how to run Berg Construction, and they didn't give us a handbook for how to be parents. It just happened.
Right.
And, but I was talking to Mara about it, and I said, I had some concerns about how much she is concerned with winning and losing, right? And that's hard for me because I'm concerned with winning and losing. And we've talked about it. Would I rather win? Do I love to win or hate to lose? Like that idea. And so I was looking it up and I saw something Kobe Bryant had said. And he said it's not that he loves to win or hates to lose. It's there's that fly again, Brian. There's nothing I can do about it. And
That
and
is awesome.
that Kobe said that it was about learning. That he said, if you make it not winning and losing, but rather that what can you learn in any engagement, then it can always be positive.
Mhm.
So that became something. And I think that's true here. Like, what in any engagement, any job, what can we learn from it and take to the next job so that we don't have the same thing happen, make the same mistake, make the same assumption, and we're better. And so I think that's, going forward, I think that's a big piece for me.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many of those tie togethers that, sports or any of the different things, but that's the reality of it is that, and I think specifically with social media in general, because it's all made to look perfect and better. We have a fly. Please hold.
I don't know what to
fly
do with it,
problem.
Brian.
I literally
one
one
thing.
I literally wanted like crawling on me. I'm like, I just don't move. Just don't
Yeah,
move.
right.
I just tried to do that. That whole conversation happened with a fly directly on the mic
Yeah.
I was talking into, and now it's over there on the cameras.
We're gonna take the strips up.
Yeah, we're gonna have
But-
to do something.
This
No.
is gonna be one of those. I think it's gonna be like take 5.
I don't know if we
Edit
can
it,
survive
edit
this.
it,
I'm
edit it.
trying, Brian, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
Yeah.
This was not in the handbook of
It's
what
okay.
to do.
Hey, look, this is part of it.
Yeah.
This is part,
Right.
yeah.
But back to what I was saying about like social media and all this stuff only shows the glamour,
Right, it shows the success.
Whether through a picture, story, whatever, or shorts or reels or whatever this stuff is. And there's that balance of reality versus that, it's not like, there's other people on that be like, they always just whining. It's not that either, but it's trying to tell the entire piece, not just the glamour shots. It's like, hey, you know
It's-
what? Didn't work. Let's try something different. Keep moving. And like,
Yeah.
growing with that, learning with that, your experience in the background, you see that experience again or that problem again. You're like, last time we tried that didn't work. This worked. And that's, what people in this industry that stay in this industry are paid a lot of money for, is that experience that they've learned it. And, that's something that only time helps. You can't magically have that. That's part of why we want to do mentorship and have, some of the older team members that have seen things already help some of the younger team members so that they don't have to learn those lessons as expensively as maybe their predecessor did. That's part of this whole thing too. I mean, it really gets deeper if you really want to, but that's just kind of how it all ties together to that, we messed up, didn't work out, try it again. Hopefully this is a better take, and then we'll keep tweaking it until we get it to a point of where we want it to be.
Yep. We'll keep working until it gets right.
Yeah.
So That's probably the right spot to wrap it up before we
The invasion of the flies.
Yeah.
before the flies cause more destruction,
chaos.
chaos.
I didn't knock over the
so-
lights.
No, so yeah, all
I
of the
refrained
equipment.
I am
from
afraid when I
hitting
get up
things.
that I don't take a wire with me
Yeah.
out. You know, I'm a little concerned about that right now.
You're gonna have to wait for someone to unbuckle you.
Yeah, exactly.
That
We were
was
on
funny.
a ride at Hershey Park, and
Yeah.
do not leave until the
Yeah,
seat has been
please do not,
unbuckled.
yeah,
Yeah,
until
no.
the riders come to a complete
remain,
stop.
Yeah, remain in your seat until the ride's done. So, all right, folks. Thanks for joining us today. Maybe you'll get to see this one, and if not, we will try again. So come back for another episode.
I didn't know if